Yeah. Heck, man. American pickers ain't got nothing on me.
They're trying to figure something else out there. And as a seller myself, I wouldn't want to have an instant response required of me on anything.
Right.
So, yeah, it's an inconvenience
Well,
to
it's
us.
because of us, because we're agitated.
Right. So do you really, you know...
Well, no, I'm trying to be cool.
Right.
All right. Hey! You were just on camera. I forgot to hit record. Hello, all my fellow junkers, resellers, dumpster divers. Hey, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty's over there making us some breakfast burritos. But anyway, this morning I actually thought I was actually gonna go over. I actually need another cup of coffee, but I'm gonna go give a couple of talk about reselling and give some just little tricks of the trade or whatever you want to call it. You know, little things we do on different things. If something ain't selling or it doesn't work or whatever, you know, kind of talk about that. What me and Miss Kitty was talking about is this, if I even leave it in, I may cut it out, but was talking about, you know, our camera. If this camera goes foggy, sorry, man, I bought another one. It came and it doesn't work. Brand spanking new from the factory. And I was going to talk about that, but we were talking about, because we're waiting for them to issue, I guess it's issue, send us the, you know, the return label thing or whatever. You know, we do returns and stuff. We don't, man, knock on wood, don't have tons of returns, but, you know, we have some. And this one, you know, obviously, just like she was just saying, one of the reasons I'm just like, is because, dude, I just want my flipping camera. And as soon as they send me my return label, because it's still sitting over here because they haven't sent that, then I can send that back so that I can get another one. So anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. This morning we're going to talk about, first I'm going to show it. I wished I would have thought about doing this video before we actually tore this apart, but yesterday this was actually a fine, we actually scored this watch. I don't know if I ever showed it. Kevin D actually bought the flat for $5 at that auction. If you go back on our videos, we were out at that big ranch auction, and he bought this flat for $5 because he was after, there was a bunch of, once they get in that, a couple pocket watches and a little bit of jewelry, you know, nothing too fancy. But the one thing that the auctioneers, when they were auctioning it off, overlooked was that there was this watch. And the funny thing is they didn't even have the watch in the case. You know, it's a leather case, man. All the paperwork. And, man, the numbers match the face of the, you know, the numbers match the watch. And the watch, you know, the casing around the watch is 14 karat gold. Well, in the display case that they had it in, you know, because you couldn't touch and pit it, you could just look through the glass. But somebody had got in there and taken the watch off of this, and it was just like crammed in the side there. Kevin really didn't even know for sure. There was a couple other little things, and picked it up for $5. And then when we get out to the truck or whatever, we're looking at it, man, there was a 14 karat gold watch in the original box and everything. So we ended up listing this on eBay as a complete watch. The glass had a crack in it, you know, so it was broke and it wasn't working. So we sold that. And man, these watches, the men's watches of this brand, man, this Leggings or something like that, the world's most, I should have glasses on or something. Just hang with me, man, hang with me, it's still early. The world's most honored watch, 10 World's Fair, grand prize, 28 gold medals. And look at this box, man. And I've sold quite a few old vintage jewelry and watch boxes and stuff, and just the boxes are worth, you know, pretty good money. So anyway, so we get this watch, we look it up, and the men's watches, you know, we're bringing, man, $300, $400, $500, $600, you know, and then we have all the paperwork and everything. So we went ahead, even though it wasn't working, and crystal was broke or whatever, we went ahead and listed it, and I think we listed it for $250 or something like that. It's been sitting on there, and it was time to actually do something to move it. It wasn't getting a lot of interest and everything. And as I do, and that was what I was going to give you my little, you know, tips or tricks of the trade, is when you have something, especially if it's non-working, and I do it a lot, and I've talked about it in past videos, everything from motorcycles to chainsaws to weed eaters, you know, vehicles, man. I sell a lot of vehicles, trailers, you know, camp trailers. I sell camp trailer parts, but it's to part it out. So what we ended up doing, as you can see, is I've got the, so I read it. This is, you know, obviously a jewel. I can't remember how many jewel watch. But we got, so I ended up, we pulled the actual watch, the mechanism out, you know, and it's a jeweled, which it's actually working right now.
The movement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that it was, but I don't know if you can wind it.
I don't know. So maybe the watch did work, and just the face was broke. Oh, it stopped. I don't know if you can wind it. I ain't gonna mess with it. But anyway, so we ended up pulling this out of it. The band was not gold. The little knob right here is gold, 14 karat gold. And then, you know, obviously the casing was 14 karat gold. We pulled it out, weighed it, and sold it within 15 minutes for $125. $5. Like Noel says, you can't make this crap up. So we ended up, you know, so we took it. So we ended up getting half of what we were trying to get for the whole thing. We ended up getting half, you know, $125. Sold it in no time. And now we are listing, or I think, Miss Kid, did you say we had already went ahead and listed it because it was all
I took care of
ready to roll? Okay, wow. I'm impressed, Miss Kitty. So what we ended up doing to part out this old watch is we ended up putting the number. This is the certificate with the number that matches the number on this watch, you know, or mechanism. So, oops. So we're selling the watch with the certificate with matching numbers as one more item. I'm not sure what we put that on. What did you put that on for?
I want to say 40.
$40, so $40. And then this box, which is magnificent, man. Just, you know what I mean? And you can see the age and everything on it, which just adds to the character of it, man. But this nice, it's almost like a, I don't know if it's leather, but it might be pleather. And then open it up, man. It's just this nice deal there with the all the paperwork, you know, some paperwork there, and this little book, which is a little leather bound, which I ain't gonna crank it open, which is this little book, man, full of pages, and it's the story of the company, and man, it's got pictures in there. You know, and that's when you're selling old books and everything, man. I watch some of these people, man. They're just like, eek! Man, you don't want to do that, man. Especially when you're doing old books, you only, even full size, even. You know, you watch me when I'm handling some of the books. You can tell which ones are the ones that you want to be careful with because the way I handle them and stuff like that. But the last thing you want to do is do this, you know, and ruin that spine on the back, or ended up tearing out the, you know, ripping the binding or whatever. Because I mean, this thing's. You don't have any idea what year this one was from, do you?
I don't. I didn't even really look.
Yeah. It's old, man. Oh, it smells good. This thing feels like money. It's just, the certificate's just crazy nice. Yeah, printed in the USA. I'll have to see if I had a little, maybe in the deal here. Not that it really matters. Just curious, man, but, you know, I'm guessing probably 1920s or 30s. They've been making watches, leading maker of fine watches since 1866. So anyway, so man, then we got this on, and I think we actually put this, I think this is on for $80.
I think I did.
Yeah, I think it's like $80, you know, whether we get $80 for it or not, I don't know. Then I'm keeping them just in the, this is two different listings. I'm keeping them in the same box. Keep it all together and put it back in the case. But anyway, man, there's a little, tip on how to do it, man. It wasn't moving for the 250. Broke it down. And basically, on that one, we're really only going to, we still might not hit the 250, but probably close, maybe close. And even if it don't, it's still $5. so that was still a good one. But I've also talked about and have showed on here before, like I said, the motorcycles and the weed eaters and all that, man, especially Steel and Husqvarnas. Some of the old, man, I do the Polans. McCullough, some of the McCullough, I've sold a lot of McCullough parts because, people love their McCullough saw and can't get the parts for it. Same with, one of the reasons that I stopped using a Steel, well, for one reason, man, Gregor sent me that Husqvarna, so that was one reason, but, I was using a Poland because Steel had angered me on my old saw that I'd had for years, and they weren't making the parts no more, and back in my day, it was, an investment. Anyway, that's for that other channel. You can go over to Idaho Hillbilly, you want to hear about that kind of crap. But, so man, but parting all that stuff out is, if you've never done that, dude, I'm talking all the way down to coffee pots, man, we part out everything. Man, especially if you get something and it's non-working or whatever, man, I pick up stuff out of the trash, all that, or I'll pull certain parts, cords, cables, all that kind of stuff. So that's just always something to watch out for. So really, man, I just wanted to give that little tidbit. Was there anything else I was talking about on this? That
you were talking about? Talking
about? I can't remember. I think it was just showing that watch. I'm trying to put out a little something every day. Like I said, at least 5 a week, but really like to get this thing rolling, for something, little tidbit information for you every day, or what's going on in my resale world, because the way I do my things may not be how you do your things, and so hopefully you get something out of it. And it don't matter if somebody just started selling yesterday, they may do something that somebody that's been selling for over 35 years, I might go, hey, never thought of that. And then it's always changing, so there's always some new fun and exciting thing you can try. As you can tell, I'm farting around with this desk. I actually have, man, I can actually reach in here now because all this is coming out. And I'm going to score me a new desk, hopefully get that office done. The weather is dang cold out there this morning, single digits. No snow though, man. There was a little bit of snow last night, man. I was, no, just after having it plowed to get in here. And I ain't gonna rant too much about the camera. Very agitated about the camera, but stuff happens, man, and to some of us more than others. That's all I got for you this morning. So I'm gonna get back to listing and cleaning off this desk. I'm pulling stuff out here and putting over to get pictures of it. I've been listed 10 items or something this morning, and got a few more to do, and then gonna go out and spend some time with my grandbabies and watch football games. So remember, keep your eye on the skyline and your nose to the wind. And if you're out there treasure hunting, hope you find some color in the bottom of your pan. See ya.